sharing my screen again. Can you see me?
Yes, it looks like a pot. So there.
Yeah.
Oh, porridge.
Right. So this next
Oh,
image is of porridge, specifically what my sister makes when I go to Belize. It's the pop music. You're familiar with that one?
pop music.
Yeah, the one that's made from breadfruit.
Oh, I bet it's no. I don't know what that's
Oh,
all.
I don't know if there's a Garifuna name for it, but that's the name I know of. In any case, what would be the word for porridge?
No idea. I don't know.
Okay. Adulu?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any like specific porridge that you like?
The one that I like, and this is just recent because we didn't, for some reason we didn't have a lot of porridge served in our home when we were younger. Um, I have grown to, in my adult years, like the Sahel.
Mm.
Yeah, but I remember Gungude once or twice being served. Gungude is the one with the beet banana, right?
I believe so. I haven't had that in a while, but I
I
believe
think
so.
that's the one with the beet banana. My dad used to make that once in a while. It's not until I started to teach at Ecumenical that I got familiar with Sahel. And then I grew to love it. I don't know why. Not a lot of porridge was served at home.
Hmm. And for those who don't know, what is sahel and how would you make it?
Not sure of the entire process, but Sahel is a porridge made from um pure arable cassava juice as well as coconut milk. And you do a kind of stirring situation until it starts to look like a porridge.
Hmm.
But not a lot of experience there. So yeah. What else in a sahunamo? I really don't know. Because I know some people make it from starch, but I don't think the consistency is quite what you want. That's why I know that it's from cassava. Because I know some people make it from starch. But yeah. I know I can't help much there.
Okay,
Sorry.
understood. All right, so the next one is the Garifuna Dictionary, which I usually just refer to as book in
Oh,
English.
book would be what? Garada? There another word?
Garda is good. That's what I call it. So
Okay.
Garda is good. So what does the Garifuna Dictionary mean to you?
Um, for me, it's vital and critical work that folks have put in to ensure that we have it. I know we have that dictionary. I know I'm not sure if Brother Ruben Ray still has his online. I used to use his a lot
Mhm.
because you just type in the word and it gives you the meaning. But um, somehow, the last time I tried, I didn't get on. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But all the what it means to me is our people, our predecessors putting in the work to ensure that we have such a valuable garad. we have such valuable information at our fingertips that we can check. Because, for example, I didn't know porridge just now.
Mhm.
I could have
And
checked it.
sometimes it's because we think so much in English.
Right,
You know, sometimes when people ask you certain words, for you to just pick it out, you might know the
right.
word, you know, but for you to just pick it out and just know and just remember, sometimes, you know, our brains doesn't work that
It
way.
does, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what it means to me. And just a reminder that we need to publish, we need to create, we need to write things down, we need to document things. Recently, when we had the service for my dad, some of the things that we're doing, because we had a 9 days service, 9 days of prayers, and then we had the bathing of the dead. And some family members were asking the significance of some of the things, and we were lost. And then one of my sisters remembered my dad's book, Garifuna Understanding of Death. And so we pulled it. We pulled the book, and that's where we were able to explain and understand some of the things that we were actually doing. So documenting and publishing and making things available to our people, to our children, for our people and for our children is critically important, I believe. And hats off to the people who did the work.
Mhm.
And hopefully we can find it within ourselves to not only see the need, but to also put in work as well.
Benares, I agree with you. Um, so you just reference your dad's book, Garifuna Understanding of Death. If someone or if people would like to, I don't know if it's available for purchase, would like a copy of that, is that something that they can purchase?
I would need to check, because, and that's something two people have asked me for that in the last month actually. And I said once I go home, once I'm home, I'll check with my mom. Actually, I will see my mom later today, because they're unveiling a plaque in his honor at St. John's Cathedral tonight, this
Oh,
evening.
nice. Nice.
So
Congratulations. That's great. That's a big honor.
yeah, it is a huge honor. I hightailed it back from PG so that I could, because I didn't have my Garifuna outfit. So when I quickly grabbed this blouse, because I believe this is what I was wearing the last time.
Mm,
And then, I came to do the interview, and then I'll go and get ready to head back down to the city for the service. It's a really, really big honor. He's the first Garifuna person to have a plaque in St. John's Cathedral. And I think he will probably be one of the ones there alone as a Garifuna person for a while, because
mhm,
you have to have done certain things to get on a plaque in the cathedral.
mm. But he's also an example of what's possible.
Right.
So he's a trailblazer, you know. He's paving the
Definitely.
way for the future. So yeah.
Definitely. So we're excited. My mom is making her way from Dangriga as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
then
great.
where I stay is in Ladyville. So
Mm-hmm.
my son and I will be going down, all of us in our Garifuna outfits.
That's great. Enjoy.
My mom
Enjoy.
is bringing
Exciting.
drummers, and
Woo!
so yes, ma'am.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's actually a service. Two of our priests will be canonized, will be turned into canons. will be installed as canons. That's the right way to say
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
And during that service, they will unveil a plaque dedicated to my dad, who was a canon in the Anglican Church as well.
What a
So
canon
yes.
is.
So, canon. What's a canon? A canon is a priest who is in charge of an area. So my dad, I believe, was a canon for, if I'm not mistaken, the south and the west of the country. Um, so you become a canon when they put you in charge of a region of the country. So that's why his final title was Cannon Jerris Valentine, because he was not only a priest, he was a priest. He not only had a parish. When you're in charge of a parish, you're in charge of a church and any sub church. I'm using my own words. For example, Christ the King, churches that are affiliated with Christ the King is a parish church. And then other churches affiliated with Christ the King would have been St. Matthew, St. Monica, St. Jerome. My dad actually opened St. Jerome's Church and St. Jerome's Church in Hopkins and St. Monica's Church in Hope Creek. He was the one who brought those on as churches when he was the priest in charge of Christ the King. So all of those are Christ the King parish churches. And then later on, he was in charge of regions. So
Now we know.
yes, well, it just so happens that we're doing this on this day.
Yes,
And
yes.
I didn't want to let you down because so many things were happening. I said, but I'll find the time and we will finish it up.
Much appreciated.
No
Much
problem at
appreciated.
all.
All right. Okay. So, other than what we've spoken about so far, is there any talents or hobbies or activities that you engage in when you have downtime?
I engage in too many things. I think we would have spoken about the Yurumein Project
Yes.
in the previous. Another passion project of mine is the Belize Anglican Christian movement. I'm the lay director for that movement. So a lot of my weekends are taken up with that. And the Christian movement is an evangelical arm of our church, of the Anglican Church. It is run by the laity, lay people such as myself. And our mission is to leaven the environment for Christ, like really portray what it is and what it means to be Christians in the community. So we are to be Christians in our homes, Christians in our workspaces, Christians, and not only by words, by deeds. People who meet us should know automatically that there is something different about us because we not only speak about Christ, we live and follow his way. And so that's also an organization that is, well, actually a movement, or Bishop calls it a movement, that occupies a lot of my time as well. So those are the two main things besides my 9 to 5, 8 to 5 job that I'm involved in. You're my project, the Christian movement, my work, and then my family. I say and then my family. So let me start it over. My family, in case they're looking, and then by that I was mommy. But yeah, those are the things that I am. I think I mentioned that my passions are my culture, my faith, education, and family. So yeah, next week Saturday, for instance, we are going to go out and visit some shut-ins. some shut-ins who have been members of our movement before who are no longer active, and we will take some fruits and some other things that they can use, like Ensure, rubbing alcohol. We'll take a package for each person, and we will pray and we will sing with folks. What we have noticed when we go out on these visits is that um, some of them don't recognize us anymore, and that's fine. But they remember the name Crisio, and they remember how to sing the songs. So as we're
That,
singing with them, they're singing as well. As we are praying prayers, they're praying with us as well. So it is something that we do, especially around Christmas time. And so we're heading out to do that next weekend. So those are the things that interest me. Um, Having retreats and drawing people closer to Christ. Last week Saturday, we had a what we call an ultra where we bring people from in the movement from all over the country. And this gentleman gave his testimony, and man, it makes these testimonies make it worth it, because he spoke about coming to one of our weekends, and the weekend helped him to cross. He's an ex physics teacher, so he explained um, his experience as crossing the event horizon. I will never forget. And he explained that all his life he knew something was missing, but he was a Christian and he thought that he was okay. He believed in God. He go to church, but when he attended one of our weekends, he realized that um, there's a choice that we all have to make. Are we living for the world, or are we living for Christ? And he said our weekend helped him to cross. And when he crossed, we have a cross that we wear. He said he never takes off that cross if he's leaving his house, as a reminder, because when he first went back into his community, things that were okay for him to do with his friends and so on, he just stopped. And so um there was some ridiculing of him and so on, because a lot of foolishness is the norm, and people like misery, like company. Foolishness likes company. And so I don't know, he didn't specify all that he was doing before that he stopped doing. But he wears his cross, he explained, because he wants that reminder that he has crossed the event horizon, and he doesn't want anything to do with living for the world, because that is nothing. That is nothingness. That's living for nothing, but living for Christ, and making sure that through the power and the strength of the Holy Spirit, our souls are preserved. That's everything. A lot of people, we just go to church, we go to church, or sometimes we ain't go to church, we say we pray home. But unless every decision that we are making is one in alignment with the will of Christ, then we're not living for Christ, we're living for the world. So you just got to know a little bit more about me, right?
yes, yes. I never looked at it that way.
Ah,
Either you're living for the world
you're
or you're living for
living for
Christ.
Christ. You're living for the world, or you're living for Christ. A lot of the hurts that we go through, a lot of the pain is because we don't have the cushion, we don't have the we don't have the instruction of Christ. We're not consulting. We're not, and even now here tell who we are. So,
No,
in poverty. All of a sudden, I thought it was only chilly, but it's raining, it's drizzling. Yeah. my mom always, when we were growing up as teenagers, she would talk about far-reaching effects of actions. Like you would do an action right now, and the effects are tremendous, but you just did something for a moment. For example, a young person would say, I'll breach my curfew when I'm a friend, and I'm a friend house. Parent never given no permission. So that situation is not vetted by anybody, but you go in your friend house. You reach your friend house, alcohol, whatever is there. Now you realize, okay, I'm in the wrong place. I don't belong here. I never get permission. I want to go home. But somebody says, hold a beer. No, I want to go home. Hold a beer. And you hold the beer, you drink the beer. You know, you used to drink beer. You don't know, you just open up yourself to all kinds of things. Far reaching effects. Just by that one decision that you made, I'm going by my friend's house without permission. Like, and there are so many examples of that. Now, once you're living in alignment with Christ, it's like an alarm bell, it's like a consult. Even your conversation with other people, I'm so careful. I try because um I am in a position where I work with a lot of people. I am in a position where I can say supervise a lot of people. We have 250 teachers in our management. That's a whole lot of people. That's a whole lot of people. But I make sure that in every conversation, even though sometimes you have to be stern, I make sure that I'm conscious who I'm speaking to. What I mean is, all of those teachers are beloved of my Heavenly Father. And if I abuse them, talk down to them, or ill treat them in any way, I have to answer for them. So when I'm in communication with them, when I'm in touch, I make sure that I know any parent who comes to my office, and I pass on that same message to the principals. I let them know there is no reason why I will ever raise my voice after you. I will never do that. That no exists because there is no reason. If we disagree, we're going to disagree civilly. I will not raise my voice at you. In the same token, we don't expect that you will raise your voice at your teachers. And we don't expect that our teachers will abuse our students. So like even that, because too many times people use their position of authority to talk down to people, to have people under the heel, to kick down people, to belittle people, because sometimes we believe that if we make you look small, then we look big or we look bigger. At
Mhm.
least that's the way. That's what I think. And there is no reason. There is never a reason. You once you know who it is. When I was principal at Ecumenical, every child who walked into my room, my office, I make sure I am conscious of who that kid is. That child is beloved of my Heavenly Father. I have to treat him accordingly. That teacher is beloved of my Heavenly Father. I have to treat her accordingly. That parent who wants off with my head because of something that happened is beloved of my Heavenly Father, and I have to treat him accordingly. And it makes a difference. It makes a difference. I've been in situations where people believe that because of my philosophy and the way I carry myself, all right, we can be done on hurting because she is. And then quickly they find out, no, this is another part today. I will treat you with respect. I will give you all of your dignity. And it is going to be reciprocated. So, yes. those are my beliefs.
Mhm. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Sure. You asked the question, what else? That
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
yeah,
and you answered the question.
right.
Okay, so let's proceed. So we've heard about your work, and we're more familiar with that now. Um, so what's next for you? You know, where do you see yourself in the next year or the next few years? What's next for you?
What we're doing in my work right now, we are raising the level of literacy in our management. A few years ago, the schools submitted their school improvement plans that um, were informed by their school study. All the schools had to do a school study. You had to study a school using data. And when the improvement plans came back, most of it had to do with literacy. We have to improve literacy. We have to improve literacy. And so we embarked on a project called a Level Up program, where we're using the expertise of the schools that are performing exceptionally well. And we're taking those best practices to our other schools who might not be doing so well. So it's a program that's actually an experiment, because we brought all the infant division teachers together, and then we trained them, and then we went and we gave it some time. We tested the students, and the needle didn't move much. So we brought them back this summer, all the teachers, and then we also included standard 2 and standard 3, so infant and middle division, and we trained them again. And this year we're doing a pre-test and a post-test. Pre-test just completed, and the teachers are sharing with us that they need more support. They need more support, and the test is showing that the needle is moving, but slightly. So we're going to be the team. We have a team going into all the schools now, supporting the teachers. If they need help with planning, they're going to be demonstrating lessons. They're going to be um, supporting them in whatever way that they need to be supported, so that when we post this again in May, those results, we're expecting that the needle will move. Our students will be able to recognize words, decode words, read with proficiency, write with efficiency, and all of that. So that next year we want to go into mathematics and level that up. So by the next few years in my job, that's what I'm going to be doing. Um, and when it comes to the Yurumein Project, if I begin to tell you all that we have planned, we'll be here without sleep. But we are determined to bring back the Garifuna language. Um, I am so thrilled with people like Darius Avila and the gentlemen, including my dad, who did the Wanaragua, who started the Habina Wanaragua. Those festivals are excellent. We just had Battle of the Drums last night. I didn't go, but that just happened. We're expecting that Habina Wanaragua will be the 26th of December. It is every year. And those things are wonderful, but we have given ourselves the arduous task, the almost impossible task of bringing back the language. So over the next few years, that is going to be our primary focus, because we need to begin to see deliverables. We need to begin to see where the difference is being made. So that's another big thing for me slash us over the next few years. And then also helping my children raise my grandchildren. I'm looking forward to that. So those are the things that I'm going to be involved in.
Great. Um, so I was thinking, based on the last time we spoke, call it part one to this conversation. um, so I was thinking the volunteers, the mentors that you had mentioned for the Yurumein Project. Um, and I think I was asking you, well, if people are interested in signing up to be a mentor, what do they need to do? Then I was thinking, well, what if this person is in another country, but they're interested in serving and helping out? Is there
Abso-
like a remote option where one of the
Absolutely.
students can call their mentor, let's say through WhatsApp, since the internet is
Right.
these days, and just
Definitely.
sign up for, regular conversations with that person so that they could brush up on their Garifuna.
Definitely. We would help to facilitate the meeting between the mentor and the mentee. The mentor and the person who will definitely, and like you mentioned, we have WhatsApp, we have Google Meet, we have, well, older person might not know Google or even be interested in Google, but we have WhatsApp and other platforms such as, I know quite a number of older people are into Facebook, um, um, maybe even Instagram, and you could make phone calls and you could have meetings through those media as well. So we would be more than happy to have mentors once you can speak Arafana and you're willing to help our people. You are welcome, and any of us you can contact. You can contact myself. You can contact Dr. Gwen. You can contact Miss Verge. Any of us. You can contact my mom. Somebody could contact any of us who are at the forefront of the language portion of what we're doing. Please, if you know any of the people that I whose names I called, please reach out. We need the help and the support. We'd love to have your help and your support. I almost want to beg.
Because a lot of, as someone once told me, especially our older community, they're lonely, and a lot of them like someone to talk to
Right.
express how they're feeling, to share a bit about what they know, what they've been through. So they like, having people to talk to.
To talk to. Right. So it could be something where both parties benefit. I
Exactly.
think I want to, when we do, because Sarah interrupted our plans because we were supposed to record our ad. But I think when we do, we can definitely maybe include the names of the folks who they can call if they want to mentor, who they can be in touch with if they want to mentor, and we can have sessions with them, preparing them for the students that they will meet and so on.
Yeah. I'm sure probably if you don't already, you probably have like how do you call it? An outline, a guide of how those sessions would
With
go, and
right, right.
so that it
We
follows
are
a certain format so that it's productive.
absolutely, absolutely, definitely. The rain is coming again. Sorry. I
Okay.
don't know if you could hear it. Can you hear it?
No,
It's
no,
okay.
I can't. Yeah. So you were saying?
No, I said absolutely. We will be able to guide them based on, and if it's a weekly thing where we need to let them know, well, what we did this week, or maybe what we're doing, what we're working on this month, absolutely they will know so that they will be able to assist the the students. We are we're determined.
Mhm, mhm. And that's what it starts with. It starts with a dream, the determination, like you said, and the action behind it, you know?
Yes.
And of course, the support. Support is everything. And this is the part of, people are interested, how can they connect with you? How can they reach out if they want to be a part of the program as a student or be a part of the
Right.
program as a mentor?
Um, I'm on. I'm trying to remember my name on all of these platforms. They could reach out with my phone number. My phone number is public. I don't hide it from anyone. 614-1247. 501 in front of it. The only thing is, most of the time during the day, I am in meetings and in discussions, or I'm in a school. And so, sorry, I'll close this because I was going to do it on my laptop. I have to close my laptop. I'm on my phone. Um, so that the rain doesn't get it. So most of the time, I'm during the course of the day, I'm in a meeting, and I feel like it's disrespectful to be on my phone. So, but I will always return a text message. So that's a better way of reaching me. Send me a text message. I will read the message and I will respond. On Facebook, I am Jackie Valentine. You should reach out to me on Facebook. Um, and I'm also on Instagram if you prefer Instagram. And it doesn't have to be me. It can be Dr. Gwen. Dr. Gwen is a more well known individual than myself, but she is right in there with this program with us. To reach out to Dr. Gwen, she is on Facebook, Gwen Nunez Gonzalez. Any of us reach out to us, please. We are going to be happy to talk with you and to work with you as we push through with the preservation of our language and culture.
Mhm. And that leads me to ask. I know I asked about remote mentors, but what about remote students? Can people from who are not in Dangriga sign up for the program as well? They might
Absolutely.
not be able to be there in person, but they want that opportunity to learn as well.
Absolutely. We are looking for students. We are hoping that the our high school group and even our primary school group will sign up and attend the classes. We are asking principals to give points or grades. We're happy to give our attendance registers to the schools that the students belong to, so that they would be willing to join us and participate and go on this journey with us. Majority of our classes are online. Majority of our classes are virtual. We begin the middle of January and we will go straight through for 1 year and a half.
Okay.
Join us
And if
on this
students
journey.
want to, oh, you'll do your ad now, because I was
Yes,
saying
I'll
if
send you the
students want to
ad.
join,
Yes, I
like
hopefully
when can they sign up and,
right. By the
get
time this
acquired and all that?
by the time we air this, because I think you said that it doesn't air right away. I think you said this one is going to be in the new year. By the time this airs, you're going to have the flyer and the ad. What is keeping me back is not being stationed at home. So, but anyway, we'll figure it out. And within the next week or so, we will have our flyer and our ad out. And I will share it with you so that you could help
Okay.
us to distribute.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Thank you for that. Um, I find it very exciting, you know, that y'all are making this effort and giving people, especially younger people, the opportunity to learn your language if they want to. So it's exciting to me. I wish there were programs like this when when I was younger. So hopefully, we get the attention of, a lot of young people, and
Right.
most of them, would like to sign up.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Mhm. All right. So we're not here. We're here for a little while. I call it a little while. So after when that day comes, how do you want people to remember you? When they hear the name Dr. Jeremy Cayetano, what do you want them to think? What do you want your legacy to be?
Um, I want for people who know me or who have come in touch with me to express that they came in touch with a human being who cared, a human being who was here to serve and not to be served, a human being who did her best to lift others, to preserve culture, to live in alignment with the will of the Lord.
Okay, thank you. So I will, or rather, Dr. Jeremy Cayetano, thank you for being so gracious, for being so willing to be on the show, to have this conversation, for sharing, for giving of yourself. Much appreciated. Serme, serme, serme.
Miss Derek, I have to thank you for one, inviting me, and two, for creating this platform where people can hear about things that are of interest to us. So thank you for being one of those people, one of those trailblazers who is making sure that we are out there, our cause is out there, um, the issues, concerns of Garifuna people, they're out there. So thank you to ma'am. And
Thank
thanks for
you.
your patience because there's always a lot going on. I'm just happy that we were able to get it done.
Yeah,
Thank you.
me too.
Thank you for
Me
your
too.
first. Thanks for your
Much
patience.
appreciated.
Yes, ma'am.
Of course. So I will let you have the last words. Any last words?
Any last words? What would be my last word? Well, join anybody out there. Join us. Either teach a class or participate in a class or support, mentor. See how you can fit in and support what it is that the Yurumein Project is doing.
Okay. Survey.
Thank you. It is now raining on me, Sonebuga.
Okay, ayo.
Ayo.